Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lynchburg. We are glad you are here. Whoever you are, whatever your beliefs, whatever your age, and whomever you love, you are welcome here. As we work together for justice, compassion, and peace, we also acknowledge with humility that our buildings sit on Monacan land. My name is Courtney Senna. I'm the Director of Lifespan Engagement for this congregation, and I've been a member here for almost 20 years. If you're with us for the first time, we are glad you chose to be here this morning to participate in the service for this congregation we love. If you would like to receive our monthly newsletter and Friday email updates, please fill out the virtual visitor card found on our website at uulynchburg.org under Sunday Services, or fill out the yellow card found in the back of the chair in front of you and place it in the offering basket during morning offering. You will note that we are moving to a minimalist order of service to save paper and stretch our office resources. The words for the chalice lighting and other weekly words can be found in a sheet in the front of your hymnal. We encourage you to read the Friday e-news to learn about events and read announcements. We look forward to seeing you this afternoon at 5 p.m. for our traditional candlelight service of readings and carols. If you are attending on Zoom, you might want to have a candle that you can light at home during the candlelight portion of the service. Please note that we will not have technology in Drysdale this afternoon. Next Sunday, Susie Joyner will once again lead a silent service. The service will be held in Drysdale, and we will not be able to offer Zoom during the service. During Time for All Ages today, we will be working on making Cheerio pipe cleaner bird feeders to take home for our animal friends, and you are welcome to get some from the basket after that if you would also like to do some, or if the kids would like to work on more. And we also have ornaments that you can color with markers in a basket up here that you are welcome to get. Now I invite us to release our worries about the world and our own lives as we enter into the service by taking some slow, calming breaths. Take a moment. I know there's so many people who are laughing and say
Your mic is not on.
Okay. I need to be like, people need to just move me where I'm supposed to be. So lots of people are out today or waiting to come this afternoon, but let's say good morning to our folks on Zoom, and folks on Zoom say good morning to people in here. And a little gremlin, fairy, whatever you want to, told me that today is Dick's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dick. Happy birthday to you. And now, I hope you're going to have a wonderful birthday. And as we light our chalice, just pretend that's a mega birthday candle today. So may the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, O Spirit of life. I invite us to rise and body your spirit to sing hymn number 57. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about whether it's singable. I liked the words. Okay, good. I'll do it. I believe in you. Yay, we can do it. Thank you. I tweaked the order of service a little bit. because I found a quote that I really love. You know, as much as we get excited about the beautiful decorations, getting together with family members we may not have seen for a long time, this can be a really complex season of the year for many of us. Unresolved drama, loss of loved ones sit gingerly beside the excitement, anticipation, and joy. So, wherever we are on our life journey, we welcome you with the words of Stephen Charleston, who's an Indigenous wisdom keeper and a retired Episcopal bishop. All of you who are burdened this holiday season, all of you who are worried or sad, come here. Come to this place where you can find what you feel you have lost. All of you who are tired and uncertain, who are discouraged and feeling alone, come here. Come where there is room for everyone. Come to this warm fire. Come to this community of hopeful friends, this place of safety and vision. Come this way, just as you are. We will welcome you and help you recover. It is our tradition in our community to share together the joys and the concerns in a spirit of life. We hold up today our love and wonder at the beauty and mystery of the world. We give thanks for friends and family, for community that upholds us through both the joys in our life and the concerns. May we be people who work with others of good faith to work for peace and justice, both in this community and around the world. This we ask in the name that is all, that is sacred and beloved. Amen. Each week, we take an offering of our gifts for the work of this community, both within these walls and in the larger community. And we invite you to give generously. And if you're on Zoom, if you would like to make a donation through PayPal or send a check to the church office. Wow, I have a story that I just love, and I even gave Emily a Christmas ornament. So about this story. So I'd like those young at heart to come forward. Whoops. So this is a story that took place, I think, probably in the Ukraine or in somewhere in Eastern Europe. And it's about this family that lived way back in the woods in a little cabin. Maybe it was a log cabin. Who knows? We don't know that. But they were a very poor family. They didn't have a lot of material possessions, but they were really rich in the things that really mattered to people. They loved each other. They loved.
Your mic's dead.
Okay, I'm giving up on this, Mike. This is 2 weeks in a row. So they were very wealthy in things that matter most, which was they loved each other. They lived out in the woods and loved nature. They had wonderful adventures. So when it came to be Christmas time, they went out in the woods and chopped down a tree. And if they were very polite children, they probably asked the tree if it was okay that they took the tree. Yeah. But when they put the tree up in their house, the mother was very sad because she had no money for decorations. She had no money for gifts for her children, and she was very sad. There are a lot of families in the world who don't have enough money to get presents for their families, and this was one of those. Well, the mother put her children to bed on Christmas Eve, and then she went to bed. But what she didn't know was there was a family of spiders that lived in the nooks and crannies in their house. And if you live out in the woods, you sometimes get lots of interesting creatures in your house. So after everybody was asleep, the family of spiders got together, and they really liked the family, and they were trying to figure out what they could do to make them happy. So they decided they would spin webs all over the Christmas tree.
Isn't that amazing? Uh-huh.
End up hanging on their website.
I don't know. We can make up this story however we want to. Would you like for the spiders to be hanging from their webs? Okay, well, maybe on one side they were hanging from their webs and the other side they weren't. Because sometimes there are people who are scared of spiders. So when the family woke up the next morning, what did they see? Yes, all over the tree were these lovely spider webs, and the sun was shining through the window. And you know how beautiful spider webs are when maybe the dew is on them or rain, and it just sparkles like magic. And the family decided that that was the most beautiful tree in the whole world. So, all over Eastern Europe, there are people who always have a spider and a spider web on their tree to remember that sweet spider family that took care of the human family when they were feeling sad because they didn't have a lot of material things, but they had what counts most: love and care and compassion. So, Courtney, you have a good book too. I do. Do you want to share that now or the sharing time? I'm good. I love this book. I'm with you, Nora. Okay. I don't think I can hold a mic and a book, so I probably need to switch seats. Okay.
I can hold the mic for.
Oh, that's very kind of you. He asked first. Thank you.
I think I'll use this one, but we'll have that one close by, okay? Thank you. Yep, I'm sure. Thank you. Okay, so my book is called The Night Tree by Eve Bunting. On the night before Christmas, we always go to find our tree. We bundle up so we're warm. Nina is already wearing her boots that are too big for her. She has been wearing them all day. Dad sets our box in the back of the truck with the rest of his stuff, and the four of us squish into the front seat. We drive through the bright Christmas streets to where the dark and quiet begin. Nina is almost asleep in Mom's lap when we stop. "Are we there?" I ask, and Dad says yes, and rolls down the window so we can smell the tree smell. We scramble out. There are oaks growing here, and alder and maples that are bare now and white in the moonshine. The pines and the spruces and the firs are green. This is called Luke's Forest, but Dad says it's not really a forest, just a nice forgotten place where our town ends. Dad goes first on the path between the trees, carrying our box and the big red lantern. Mom and Nina go next, holding hands. I come last with the blanket.
Oh dear.
It hasn't snowed yet. It's so cold, my breath hurts. The sky is spattered with stars, and the moon, big as a basketball, slides in and out between the treetops. Dad's lantern sweeps ahead. "Look," he whispers. We stop. A deer is watching us. I see the brightness of its eyes. Then it turns, and just like that, it's gone. "Here's our tree," Dad says. It has been our tree forever and ever. We walk around it, touching it. It's grown since last year, I say. Mom puts her hand on my shoulder. So have you. And so have I, Nina says. Nina hates to be left out. An owl hoots deep in the darkness. There are secrets all around us. Can I put on the popcorn chain? Nina asks. She hops up and down and right out of one of her boots. Mom helps her put it back in. Nina takes one end of the chain and I take the other, and we wind it around our tree. We've brought apples and tangerines with strings on them, and we hang them from the branches. It's hard to hang string loops when you have gloves on, but it's too cold to take them off. For weeks, we've been making balls of sunflower seeds and pressed millet and honey. We hang those too. We scatter shelled nuts and breadcrumbs and pieces of apple underneath for the little creatures who can't climb very well. Our tree looks so pretty. Look at their beautiful tree. Mhm.
We also hung popcorn strings on our tree.
That's awesome. I love that.
And we dried orange slices.
Nice. Mom says I should spread the blanket so we can sit and admire our tree. She has brought a thermos of hot chocolate. I take off my gloves and toast my hands around my warm cup. Dad turns off the lantern and we stay quiet, hoping some of the little animals will come while we're here, hoping the deer will come back. But it doesn't. It's shy, Dad says. I'm shy too, Nina tells him. Before we leave, she and I get to choose a Christmas carol to sing. I choose, "Oh, Come All Ye Faithful." Nina chooses, "Old MacDonald Had a Farm." That's not a Christmas song, silly, I tell her, but Mom says it's fine and a very nice song too. We sing fast because there are a lot of verses and it's getting colder. After the last E-I-E-I-O, we gather up our things and head for the truck. I look back once. Our tree has folded itself into the darkness, but I think I can see it still. Stars caught in its branches and the moon swinging lopsided on top. Nina gets tired and Dad has to wrap her in the blanket and carry her. I carry her boots. Later in bed, I think about our tree, and sometimes next day when the aunts and the uncles and the cousins are at our house and it's noisy and happy, I let my mind go back to Luke's forest. I think of the birds having Christmas dinner and the squirrels and the opossums and the raccoons and the skunks. There might even be a bear because Dad says bears don't really sleep all winter and it's going to wake up. I just bet it would wake up for Christmas. Maybe a fox has come, stepping high on its thin, sharp paws, and they're all there together, singing their own Christmas songs on Christmas Day around our tree. Isn't that neat? They decorate a tree for the animals. Are there any wolves? Probably. What do you think? Yeah, I think so.
Maybe coyotes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't they live like mostly in the desert?
Oh, there are coyotes everywhere. Yeah. So, one of the things that is very interesting throughout our lives, depending on our faith tradition and our culture, we gather up stories. The two that Courtney and I shared are different family relationships having to do with the holidays. But depending on your faith tradition, your memories, and in your family makeup, your memories might be very different. And so
we thought today we would just have a very informal time to just share some of our special memories of recent holidays, whether you're Christian or pagan or Jewish, or you're celebrating Kwanzaa in 2 days, whatever your holiday, what are some memories that have meaning for you that you would like to share? Because it's wonderful sometimes to share our stories.
And while we invite folks to share, do we want to offer them to make their own spider?
Yes. And if you liked the story about the spider web, you may make your own spider web now. Thank you, Courtney.
Harry,
I'm trying to work on that.
Harry.
Yes.
Oh, I have a little story.
Oh, great, Dick. Thank you. Is it a birthday
Yeah.
story?
No, well, since my birthday is Christmas Eve, it's a little hard to say. I tell people that I used to get a pair of socks. I'd get, because we were poor, I'd get one for my birthday and one for Christmas. Anyway, this story is about, I was maybe like 11 or 12, and all my friends had bicycles, and I didn't have a bicycle. So I went over to be with my father and my stepmother, and there on Christmas morning was a bicycle. So I went out, and I'd never ridden a bicycle before, and I tried to ride it. And I went down the sidewalk back and forth, and finally I got down to the down the street, and I fell over into a bush. My grandfather was watching all this, and he just laughed and laughed and laughed at my antics. So I remember that. Thank you.
That's really a lovely memory. That first bicycle is always amazing.
Didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. That first bicycle is always amazing, isn't it? Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Go with your friends everywhere.
yeah. I'd like to share a story about my favorite gift that I gave someone, and I didn't realize when I started the process how important it would be to him. My father-in-law grew up in Appalachia, in Pineville, Kentucky, way back in Ahalla. And it was a little town that was a coal mining town. But then in later years, there was a lot of strip mining. And so the stream down the hill that sort of divided the town was filled with silt from the strip mining. The state had built, I don't know if it was 15 or 20 foot high wall along the river to make sure that if there was a flood, the houses wouldn't be destroyed. And yet my father-in-law's old family home was in the town when there was a huge situation of flooding. And you can imagine that when the water went in and there was this huge fence, it couldn't get out again. So everybody in the town was really upset. And what really upset my father-in-law was their family Bible from generations had gotten waterlogged. And everybody was so bereft. But I'm a stubborn person. So I said, well, let me look at it. And I realized, you know, the important things, all the births and deaths and marriages and important information was in the middle of that big fat Bible, and it was okay. So I decided to find somebody to rebind that Bible, and the creation stories in Genesis got too waterlogged, and part of Revelation got too waterlogged, but I didn't miss those. So nobody knew that this was going to happen, and I found this man in his 80s who was retired, but every year he would bind like 5 or 6 family Bibles. And I just begged him. It's like, I'm too busy. I'm like, please. So I finally talked him into it. And it was fixed by Christmas. And my father-in-law opened this book up, this beautiful leather-bound Bible with his name, James Mount Bird, embossed on the beginning of it. I had never seen him cry, but he just wept. And it's like, I'm so glad I did that. And after that, it was in a place of prominence in the entry hall of the house, and anybody who came in, he would take and show them the Bible. So I'm so glad that that worked out. I think it meant as much to me as it did to him. Any other thoughts or memories?
I had a memory. Well, it's not really a memory. It's more like a story that was told where I was the main character, because I was basically so young that I don't really remember this. Anyway, so apparently it was one of my first Christmases that, my parents had figured out that, or, would mean something to me. And apparently, they would tell me that, Santa would come and give you presents and this and that. And apparently I was really, really skeptical. So I was like, I don't know. And then Christmas Day comes, and we wake up, and apparently I saw that Santa did come. And then I was like, Santa did come. He did come. And so my parents always tell me that story. So, that's my little story.
That's great. Thanks, David. I think we have a marionette here. Did you have a story?
Oh, tell me. Well, tell all of us. You have a tradition you want to share?
I have a tradition that
Are you feeling good? Would you like to? Yeah.
So Nora wanted to share her favorite holiday tradition. She has an elf that visits every year, and her elf always brings her a special Christmas Eve box on the morning of Christmas Eve. And it always has a new super warm, cozy tuck in it and new Christmas jammies. And then there's usually some fun surprises in it too. Did you have a fun surprise today?
this elf that I got from the Christmas Eve box, Zuzu.
Is that Zuzu? Can you show everybody Zuzu? Isn't she cute?
All right. I think,
Carrie, did you have one you wanted to share?
A couple years back, right in the beginning of COVID, I think it was 2020, we lived in Florida on a 5-acre farm, and that year our Christmas, we were only there for 1 year, but that year for Christmas we had we were at the time our little house on the property. It didn't have a house on it when we were there, but it was a little shed that we had gotten, and it was fairly big, but we had our little Christmas tree in the corner, and it didn't get that cold. but it was cold enough that living in the shed, just not cold enough for snow though. So no snow angels, none of that. But it was really fun, and we had animals. So we got to celebrate the Christmas season with our animals. We had sheep and chickens and bunnies. So, yeah, but I just remember that, and that was a Christmas that I don't think I'll forget. So,
That's great.
Other memories or traditions?
I was going to share our challenge with Christmas trees. Has anybody ever had challenging Christmas trees? What was your challenging Christmas tree?
We had a cat that went up the Christmas tree once and knocked it down. But one time we were fixing the Christmas tree and my sister was about 5 and the Christmas tree fell on her and she was stuck under it. We
Oh,
had to pull
wow.
it out, her out from under it and pull it back on to the stand.
We had a cat that got into the Christmas tree. We were gone and we came back and the cat had pried 2 limbs out and knocked them off. And there was this just round cave where the cat was living during Christmas.
That reminds me, my dad bought it was a live tree and we all decorated it, and he bought it like maybe a week before Christmas. And we decorated it and, did all our little things and ate dinner and all that. And I guess it was maybe 4 or 5 days later, we went up to the tree and we just touched it, and all these little needles just like fell off of it. And I guess it was maybe 2 days before Christmas. We were, watering it and everything, and we go up and touch it and more stuff came off of it. And by the end of like the day, there was hardly anything left. So we had to take the tree down like 2 days before Christmas. Oh, wow. It was the weirdest thing. It was like, I think they harvest the trees in like August or something, but that was the only time that we didn't have a tree.
Your sister getting stuck under the tree reminds me of one time when I was on my bike, ride it fully yet, and I got stuck under it on the road, and a car was coming, and I was about to get run over when my friends chipped in and saved me by picking up the bike together. I couldn't get up. My sister and 2 others.
Hello, my name is Tammy. I'm also a Tamara. Don't do that. I've only lived here about 3 or 4 years, but I worked at Vanderbilt University Medical Center for 40 years. A lot of people don't know that Vanderbilt University had the first neonatal intensive care unit in the world, and it was founded by a little matchstick doctor named Mildred Stallman, a tiny little thing. The wrath of Millie Stallman was known worldwide. She kicked those doctors around like you would not believe. Every Christmas, Millie had a big bash at her house. I think she kind of came from money. It was a big, nice house. Christmas tree was really tall, 7 feet, 8 feet, huge. And it was a real tree, and it was covered in candles. And I'm not talking about fake electric candles. They were real candles and they were really lit. And I was amazed because it's the only time I think I've ever seen that. And it really took people back to an earlier time so that you could see what it was like when people had real candles on the tree. Millie was a class act. I really liked her. She's passed away now, but I'll never forget Millie Stallman's Christmas tree with the real candles.
Kim.
So my Christmas memories feature music and food. So the music part was, my father was a lifelong member of the church choir, and they would begin rehearsing early in October for the Christmas Eve cantata. You know, and if you've never been to a cantata, it's a series of songs that weave together a story, and there's always a narrator. Well, guess who the narrator was? My mother. And people say when they hear me speak in church, I sound just like her. So I get it from her. So that was always an annual tradition. The food part was every year my dad would make Chex Party Mix. So that's one tradition I've kept. I make Chex Party Mix, which some of you here are big fans of because I double the butter in it. So it's really good. But another thing we always did that I wish I could do is we made homemade root beer. We'd have a competition with my cousins who would have the first bottle ready. And, you know, you mixed up the sugar and the root beer syrup and the yeast, and the magic was you dropped a raisin in each bottle, and we had 32-ounce glass bottles and a bottle capper, and we did it, and you'd have to keep it over heat for a couple of weeks. And if you weren't careful opening your bottle of root beer and it was too warm or it got shook, it could shoot up to the ceiling, but it was delicious root beer. And I really wish I could keep that tradition.
That's a better tradition than my great aunt. I've never liked the taste of alcohol, but my Aunt Lucille was the most poised Southern lady until she'd had one snort too many, especially with the eggnog. I could open the front door and tell if Aunt Seal had made the eggnog. You could smell it. So, yeah, I'll take the Chex Mix anytime.
There will be some tonight.
Oh, boy. There's so many wonderful stories that we hold in our hearts, so many holidays, and it's so lovely being part of a faith tradition that really honors and respects a wide variety of religious beliefs and traditions. Our closing hymn I chose because I love the words, and it actually is the only Kwanzaa hymn in our hymnal, but the words speak so loudly to what we need to be building as a world community. So I'd like to invite us to rise in body or spirit as we share hymn number 147. Thank you. seated. As Courtney extinguishes the flame of our chalice, let us share our unison response. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we hold in our hearts until we are together again. So let's wave goodbye to our friends in the sanctuary and our friends on Zoom. Dick, I hope you have a glorious birthday. Our final benediction is called A Blessing by Steve Garnas Holmes. May the peace of deep belonging settle upon you, the abundance of life's goodness surround you. Beloved, the mystery envelops you, the wonder embraces you, the breath of life flows through you always. Blessed be, amen. And if anybody wants to do some more spider webs
Or bird feeders,
there are lots that will be in there. And thank you, Kiri, for trying to untangle them. And I look forward to seeing you this afternoon at 5.